Thank you, doctor. Thank you, nurse. You're on the front lines for us first. You are saving us. You are saving us. Thank you.
Welcome everyone to the Hot Zone USA. I'm your host, Dr. Nina Radcliff. And today we have some very special guests joining us. Ryan Nash, the executive producer and composer at Knock It Out Music, and singers John Thomas and Kevin McCove. Today we want to talk about your song that came out about a month ago called Saving Us, which is a tribute to frontline workers. And as a frontline physician, I just want to say thank you so very much. It is so exciting to me to see the people behind the song that I've heard on TikTok and by the nurses and celebrated by many people as just a sincere gratitude for the work that we do. It makes it worth it. So welcome.
Thank you. You're out there saving lives, on the front line. So you're the inspiration, and we appreciate you for everything that you're doing and for having us on your platform.
Well, thank you so much. And I just want to say that you guys have been recognized for your work by People Magazine, ABC's 2020, and a number of other media stations. So we are so grateful to have you today on the Hot Zone. And so I have a number of questions that people want to know about this. So Ryan, we'll start with you. How did this first come about? What inspired you to make Saving Us?
Sure. So I have been watching the news and seeing we've all been in quarantine at home and I've been seeing doctors, nurses, EMS workers, people on the front lines talking about how they're risking their lives and, dealing with this big unknown that at the time, we were in the worst of. And I was hearing about how the medical community was separated from their family because they didn't know what they were going to be bringing home to their family from the hospital. And so, you have all of that mixed in with the hospitalizations at the worst that they possibly could have been. And I had just been feeling helpless as a creative. What can we possibly do other than stay at home, which was the general message at the time. And so this chorus, just this hook came to me at 3:00 in the morning. Some ideas come to me quick, and some ideas take a long time. And this, I almost went to sleep just because I was so tired. But something told me to record it. I recorded it. I created the instrumental track, and I sent it to John Thomas, the lead singer, and I said, "This is probably terrible, but let me know what you think." And then he re-recorded what I wrote and added some awesome lyrics of his own. And then Kevin came along and added some additional production in the background vocals, and we created a montage video, and the rest is history. It had been shared like nothing else that I've ever created before, so that was really cool. But I think it's because it sort of touched on how a lot of people are feeling at the moment. Thank you to the medical community.
When Ryan sent me the song, I was, I heard it and I was just like, yeah, this is needed right now. Because like Ryan said, it was at the beginning of all of this, when we were really at the height of not knowing what this was going to look like, how long it was going to last, how bad it was going to be. And, I salute Ryan for really being kind of one of the first, if not like the first, to come up with something along those lines. Because following Saving Us, like other artists were putting out similar songs and stuff, but he was really early on that to like think to use our platform and use our talents for the better and for the good to, thank the healthcare community and the first responders and everything. So when I heard the song, it spoke to me right away. Like I think it does everyone. And I put my little touch on it, and it just felt good and came together pretty natural.
besides just staying at home and trying to flatten the curve, you used your creative energies to do something positive and play a role in this while we had to go to work. And I can't tell you how many times when I've been there late at night, or when we're sitting there with all of our respirators and our masks on, like the song was actually playing in the background. And so it's so exciting to be able to see the faces of the people who made this song. So you really did inspire us when we're in the midst and the heart of this. So thank you again.
Thank you for going to work. You know, I mean, it was inspired by people like you. I know Kevin, he has a friend who was his inspiration for, you know, getting involved with this. I know he can speak more on that.
It's a different experience. You have a different level of connectivity to it when it's like, it's right in front of you. You know, when you get to talk to somebody who is on the front lines, who has to see what is really going on. And just like the conditions, you know, with going to work and not knowing anything about this pandemic, like we already discussed, like how contagious it is, how it spread. It was crazy to really be with someone who's an ICU nurse, who's only really seeing COVID patients, and is like reusing the same like cloth mask, or, you know, rink dink like surgeon type mask to try to protect themselves for airborne precautions and stuff. Like the rooms aren't right. They're wearing the same mask every day. Like there's bruises on it's a lot. Like it was a lot. It's really serious. And when you're like looking at it up close like that, and you're really dealing with even just the emotional stress that comes along with that, it's a lot, you know, and so I was really happy to be included on a project like this. You know, Ryan did a terrific job coming up with the concept and the idea. John absolutely slayed the vocals. So I was proud that I was asked to, you know, be able to contribute.
Did you guys get back any like calls or messages or letters, you know, from people on the front lines, or just anyone else that really stick out in your mind?
My father is generally my worst critic. And so, you know, when I played the track for him and he was crying, I knew that, you know, I had something that, oh, maybe there's, you know, something of value here. And then we had a family Zoom, and I played the song on that platform, and everyone said, oh my God, it's amazing. Got to get this out there. And, you know, we wanted to do the video the right way. So actually, I have a cousin in Hawaii who's an emergency room physician. And, you know, I asked her to send pictures, and Kevin asked his friend, who's an ICU nurse at Johns Hopkins, and we assembled this thing together. But I think, yeah, generally the reaction, I mean, a lot of people saying, oh, wow, I'm in tears, I'm crying. And I've created songs that, you know, and scores. I work in the business of music, creating music for scores for advertisements and for TV. And I've had that reaction maybe once or twice. I mean, you know, sometimes you're trying to pull at the heartstrings. Sometimes you're trying to sell Windex. And in this case, you know, there was just so much more emotion tied to everything, bottled up, tied in with the fact that everybody's been at home and feeling like the world is ending. And it's not, thanks to people like you who are on the front lines. But yeah, I mean, even on TikTok, a lot of people's saying, wow, that's beautiful. You know, thank you so much. You know, and I'm saying these are nurses, and I'm saying, thank you. You know, so it's really the outpour of support has been pretty cool.
100% of the proceeds from this song, from the uploads, are going towards New York City hospitals. And can you tell us a little bit more about that? So in addition to making the song that touched people's lives, you're taking the proceeds and doing something even more positive with that.
Sure. So 100% of the streaming money, which is money from Spotify and iTunes, and any licensing fees, is going to New York City area hospitals. So specifically, we are trying to donate to the hardest hit hospitals. I think it'll end up being Elmhurst Hospital in Queens, Holy Name Hospital in Teaneck, New Jersey, and then some additional Manhattan hospitals as well that we will figure out as diplomatically as possible.
If we didn't have the internet, this would have been very difficult to do. So can you talk to us a little bit about how the internet has impacted, I mean, in terms of how you guys work together and even being able to distribute the song?
Yeah, I mean, it's made everything possible. I think this, musicians were already on this wave. There's a meme going, there's a million memes going around for people that work from home, but composer not in quarantine, composer in quarantine, it's the same picture. I think I'm when I'm not traveling for new business, I'm generally used to being a studio rat. Just staying locked in, and Kevin and I, we work. I mean, Kevin lives a 2-hour drive away, and we work and talk to almost every single day.
As we are starting to reopen America, have you guys been talking about doing another song in regards or any other future collaborations?
Both John and Kevin and I have been working on things separately. John and I just created a song called Queen and King that I'll let him talk more about. And then Kevin and I also have songs coming out that I'll let him talk about. If you want to go in, actually, Kevin, why don't you go first?
Yeah, I mean, Ryan and I work together all the time. So there is and will be music from us working together coming out, probably in perpetuity for the rest of our lives. And as for John and I, we're learning each other's, creative art and creative style and figuring out how it is that we could work together more frequently. But yeah, I'm happy to be associated with these two men, just in terms of their hearts, not just their creative talents, which are extraordinary, but just when you're working with good people, when they have positive energy and their heart is in the right place, and both of these men have their hearts in the right place. So, I'm proud to work with them.
Tear emoji.
I'm touched. I'm flattered. I'm shedding tears right now. This guy's so cute. He's so cute, y'all.
I need to get a tissue.
Yeah, but no, totally. I mean, me and Ryan did release another song that we worked on together called Queen and King. I put it out maybe 2 weeks ago. So people can check that out on my Spotify. And yeah, me and Kev, I mean, I think our relationship is starting as just, being both musicians and artists and friends, and just bouncing ideas off of each other and just kind of just talking music. And sometimes that's equally as valuable as collaborating on a song. It's just nice to be able to call somebody or talk to somebody about music, and someone that does what you do, you know what I mean? It's definitely helpful, and it's just good to have friends in the business.
Where all can we be able to download Saving Us?
You can get it on Spotify, Apple Music, anywhere where you stream music. And as far as video content and following us with other material and things that we're putting out, it's at Knock It Out Music. That's KNOCKITOUTMUSIC.com. For John, it's John Thomas Music. JOHNTHOMAS. And for Kevin, it's at Kevin McCove, KEVINMCCOVE. Yes.
I want to say thank you again for this beautiful song that you guys sang. It's not just for the doctors and the nurses, but also the emergency personnel on the front line, which includes the pharmacists, the housekeeping staff, the people who come in every single day. I just want to say thank you so much for recognizing us, and also to so generously take all the proceeds from the streaming to go back to the hospitals where you guys can help those on the front lines and the patients as well too. And I appreciate everybody's role that you guys played while I'm there taking care of patients. You guys use your creative and musical talents to uplift us, and that's deeply appreciated.
Thank you for having us. Really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys so much for joining the Hot Zone USA. Thank you, Ryan Nash, John Thomas, and Kevin McCove. We truly appreciate it.
Thank you, doctor. Thank you, nurse. You're on the front lines for us first. You are saving us. You are saving us. Thank you, EMS. Thank you, cops. You're in this war together. You won't stop. Oh, you are saving us. You are saving us. We know you didn't sign up for this. We know it's easy just to get up and quit, but we all feel safe at home. And we just want you to know we're thinking of you, we're praying for you, and we hope that it all ends soon. But until then, we just wanna thank you, doctor, thank you, nurse. You're on the front lines for us first. You are saving us. You are saving us. Thank you, EMS. Thank you, cops. You're in this war together. You won't stop. Oh, you are saving us. You are saving